Hello, we're here with a fresh batch of talented artists.
All eager to meet some fascinating sitters.
It's a brand new series of Portrait Artist of the Year.
Over the next 10 weeks, some of Britain and Ireland's most accomplished artists will have their skills put to the test.
Under a bit of pressure.
Creating a portrait in only 4 hours.
I've never painted so quick in my life.
Well, I can't go back. I can only go forward.
Lined up to sit for them, a distinguished cast, drawn from very different walks of life.
Oh, wonderful.
Amazing.
I want you to make me look younger than Joan.
So we're allowed to move about and stuff, aren't we?
I mean,
no?
they prefer you not to.
How do you want me?
Comfortable.
Yeah, great.
That's dynamic, I like that.
Shoulders high.
OK. OK, is that good? How does that feel?
Artists, can I ask you, please, to turn your easels?
I'm quite nervous.
Oh, wow. Oh, goodness.
Whoa!
Oh, holy monkeys, Batman.
And at stake is an amazing prize, a £10,000 commission to paint celebrated violinist Nicola Benedetti for the Scottish National Portrait Gallery.
But first, they'll need to impress our judges. Independent curator Kathleen Soriano, award-winning artist Tai-Shan Schierenberg, and art historian Kate Bryan.
If I make a mistake, how are you going to notice?
We'll do our best to notice any mistakes, dude.
So, who will have the self-belief?
If you can give me good vibes, let's go. Rory, you're great.
Rory, you're great.
Thank you.
And the staying power?
This is the same struggle that I felt with my self-portrait. Going over things, you know.
Artists.
To get them through to the semi-final.
Anything you found difficult about painting him?
It's the face and the hands, mainly.
Apart from the face and the hands.
Well, the T-shirt wasn't easy either. But...
Ah, well, I mean, the face, the hands, and the body in a portrait are not that important. Of the 9 artists vying for glory today, 4 are professional. Teddy Lenner, Alicia France, Shane Berkery, and Araminta Laurie.
I'm really passionate about art. I'm really passionate about portraiture. I suppose I'd like to produce something authentic. All I can do is try and do my best.
And 5 are amateur. Kat Hughes, Tony Robinson, Joseph Dupre, Nicola Cummings, and Denny Waterhouse.
I've watched the programmes for quite a few years now, so it does mean quite a lot being here because it feels like I've achieved something really big.
While the artists settle into their new surroundings, the judges examine the self-portraits that won them a place in today's heat. Judges, we have a wall of intrigue and delight for you this morning. The first one, a bit of an intense gaze looking back at us.
I love an etching, not just for the grubbiness of it, but also I get a sense of the metal that's been used to make it.
From the wispy beard to the lovely lines on the shirt, it's magical.
This next one is not my love child.
We've just got such a big, large head to get into, and you start almost looking at it in an abstract way.
Yeah, I think it's a tour de force in terms of detail without it being photographic. It's
so forlorn, isn't it? I think what is absolutely magical is the way that they've used the drip of the paint to emulate steam on a mirror. It's just so intelligent to kind of break the dimensionality between the artist space and the painting itself.
It feels like we've been watching a film and it's between a couple of frames. I just think the colours are wild, but it works incredibly well. I think it's in the tradition of the ennui, the paintings of boredom.
You get the sense that she's surrounded by her friends, yet she's isolated and lonely somehow.
Now, what's happening here? The mask has slipped, there's some sort of scar on the neck.
It comes from another age, except that the mask
clearly positions it in our time. But I love the restraint of the palette.
I feel so strongly in my bones that this is painted in Australia.
Yes,
And
I do as well.
Yeah, I have no idea
Why?
why. It's so convincing. I love the fact that the artist is silhouetted, and it's just so charming. They've got such a good handle on this cross-hatching, and yet it's matched with this extremely contemporary presentation, not just the pretty unflattering angle, but the way the head is decapitated by the bottom of the page.
This next one reminds me of paintings like The Marriage of Arnolfini. Instead of a globe or a skull, we have a cat and a hot water bottle.
Yeah, the symbolism is just glorious.
But you've got to worry about what an artist can do in a day, because this could have easily taken a year. I mean, it's spectacular.
Well, what a tantalising wall. Let's see what they get up to. With favourite pens and brushes selected, the artists are now ready to meet today's sitters. Artists, with your sitter today, dreams can come true, and the semi-final is not out of reach. Please welcome singer-songwriter Gabrielle. Hello, hello. Have a seat.
Oh, wonderful.
Amazing.
You should have seen the gasp of delight and surprise when your name was mentioned.
After all these decades, thank you.
Are you looking for anything in particular today?
You know something? I'm vain. Just make me look as wonderful as possible, please. I'm just here at your mercy. Whatever you want me to do within reason, I'll do it.
So do whatever you like, just make her look amazing.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
They're going to find a position for you to sit in all day. I'll leave you to it.
Right. Where do you want me?
Okay.
It's not fair that somebody's going to get ahead.
Yeah, if you can face kind of that towards that general
That
direction.
way? Yeah. Is that okay? Oh, that's beautiful.
Artists, this world-famous tattoo artist, television presenter, and former ballerina has amassed a huge social media following, and she is in herself a sort of work of art. Please welcome Grace Neutral. You're very welcome indeed. Now, I know that it was because of an accident when you were at the Royal Ballet that you took up this world. What happened?
I dislocated my hip, so that took me out the running. But then I found the world of tattooing, and that kind of just took over.
It took over you, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
Now, the artists are going to discuss with you how you're going to sit for them.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it to them.
Hi, guys. Do you want me to do anything with my hands? Cross my legs?
What would feel natural?
This is kind of a natural pose for me, I guess.
Okay. Artists, your sitter today is an actor whose roles span from the Tudor period in Wolf Hall via the Renaissance with Medici into the 1960s with the Queen's Gambit. But here for you right now is Jacob Fortune-Lloyd. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You have a lot of period drama on your CV, Jacob.
I do.
Out of the three different looks, Tudor, Renaissance, 60s, what was your favourite?
I mean, wearing fur and leather in the summer.
No, but at work I'm talking about.
No, the 60s.
Yeah. Excellent. I will leave you in their capable hands.
Fantastic. So, how would you like me to sit?
Perhaps at this sort of position,
Like
with
this?
the arms on the wrist.
You need to be comfortable because it's going to be 4 hours. So.
Had a second cup of coffee, which is definitely a bad idea when you've had to sit down for 4 hours. OK.
Artists, you have 4 hours to complete your portrait. Good luck, everyone. Your time starts now.
Many artists will have some nerves when it comes to painting a portrait against the clock. But for one, today's 4-hour time limit is something of a luxury.
I paint outdoors quite a bit, so I'm used to painting fairly quickly because of the sun. And I don't usually get a sitter to sit for me if I'm painting a portrait for as long as 4 hours, so this should be a treat for me.
Newcastle-born Tony Robinson is an amateur artist now living in County Wexford, Ireland. His self-portrait was made in Florida when Tony was painting outdoors and came across his reflection in an empty shop window.
Tony, where do you think the essence lies with Jacob?
Well, I'm trying not to get involved in the features too much.
Okay.
While on the one hand, people say with a portrait, you know, catching the essence of the person and all that, I don't really believe in that very much, to be honest.
Okay,
I think
like that. And all that, yes, okay.
if I think of a nose as being a nose or an eye as being an eye, I get bogged down. You're far better to find the shapes, find the abstract, and then you'll have an interesting painting,
Okay.
I think.
It seems to be working for you, so I'll let you get on with it.
All right, thanks.
Gabrielle is one of the best singers that I've ever heard. This is a person who I've been waiting to paint all my life. I mean, it's just incredible. I can't believe that I'm here painting her. You know, I'm so impressed.
Art teacher Nicola Cummings lives in Harrow in Middlesex. When she's not painting, Nicola likes to sew and is part of a group that has made costumes for the Notting Hill Carnival and the London Olympics.
Nicola, you're off to a flying start. You've given us a 3/4 length figure, the background's already filled in. And are you pleased with your sitter?
I'm very pleased with my sitter.
She's got a nice body language, hasn't she? Gabrielle's really holding herself.
Yeah, I normally do kind of quite close up.
Yeah.
Because we've got this wonderful, sensuous black fabric, let's use it and paint it as well.
Well, it's a really good-looking start.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Can I ask, are your eyes tattooed?
Yes, I got my eyes tattooed about 11 years ago.
Wow.
It's a pretty traumatic experience.
Wow.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I'll probably pass on that one myself. But,
Yeah.
but it makes for a good painting, so.
Thank you very much.
Alicia France is a professional artist who also works part-time as a receptionist. Her Old Masters-inspired submission was painted on aluminium, which is also her preferred surface today.
So, Alicia, how did you start working with metals?
Well, I started off etching.
So you had enough with scratching into the metal and decided you were going to paint on it instead? What are the things that you have to sort of consider that are different with working on metal?
Obviously, it sits on the surface very differently than the oil paint.
OK.
And I found that the lighter the colour seems to stick better for some reason.
OK.
It can be a bit difficult getting them first layers on.
Well, you've done well in that challenge.
Hopefully.
Shane, it seems to me you have lucked out here. What a fantastic profile that is.
I know. I'm really happy with it.
Did you come with a game plan today?
No, not really. I'm just going to try and be patient and try catch the likeness as best I can. But I do usually take around 2 weeks to complete a painting.
Okay.
So 4 hours is, yeah, it's quite a struggle.
Shane Berkery is a professional artist from Dublin. Working from old family photographs, his art is influenced by his Irish and Japanese heritage. But his submission was based on something a little more contemporary.
I watched this movie called Colour Out of Space.
Right.
Nicolas Cage is in it.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Yeah. This colour invades this place and things start going a bit mad. So that's what inspired me to use those garish, horrible colours.
Oh, it's a brilliantly bonkers portrait. You've been given some colours today to work with. What do you make of those?
Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out what to do with the background.
OK.
I think it's all a bit brown.
It's very brown.
Yeah. I might try make it less brown.
The artists have been working for almost 1 hour.
You feeling good?
Okay. A few little corrections in the drawing.
Okay.
And I'm trying not to make them too good looking because it's just wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Serve him right.
I'm happy with the composition. How she sat down was very elegant, so I want to capture some of that in the final painting as well. I feel very nervous.
Grace, I think she's a wonderful sitter. I'd like to get as much detail of the tattoos as possible. They're kind of just separate works of art in themselves, aren't they? I'm just hoping it'll look all right, yeah.
Here at Battersea Art Centre, the artists have spent an hour painting sitters Gabrielle, Grace Neutral and Jacob Fortune-Lloyd.
So how are you finding sitting? Very relaxing, I imagine.
Yeah, kind of relaxing, yeah. I'm sweating like crazy. Don't capture that.
Just saying that made me add 5 shine spots on your forehead. For me, portraiture isn't about, you know, making a pretty picture of someone. So I've taken a fisheye photo. I'm going to try and warp his features into something a little bit less statuesque.
20-year-old Kat Hughes from Liverpool is studying for a degree in filmmaking and dreams of becoming a film director. Her self-portrait in acrylic took 40 hours to complete.
Kat, I'm beginning to wonder whether Jacob was just so good-looking that you had to do something weird with his face.
Almost exactly it.
Is it, really?
Yeah, I wanted to put a new spin on his gorgeous chiseled features.
And what are the dangers of the fisheye approach?
Sometimes it can come off as a bit gimmicky.
Okay.
But that's really not what I'm going for.
Well, I love the tension, him sort of gripping that space.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
Araminta did lots of details. Sorry to talk about you, Grace, in such
right.
like you're an object. But have you painted tattoos before?
I have. I've painted a large hawk moth.
Okay.
But I did have 2 weeks to do that, so...
Okay,
Yeah.
this is a slightly different proposition.
Araminta Laurie studied art history before completing a master's in fine art at Sotheby's Institute. She painted her self-portrait after being inspired by a recent visit to a Rembrandt exhibition.
Your self-portrait is very reduced in tone. Here we have Grace sitting, and there's a whole different sort of colour range.
I love exploring colour, but I don't always paint exactly like the self-portrait. I do start with an earth palette for the skin tones.
At the drawing phase, that's where you are now, is it happening for you?
Yes, I put her at the top because I really love this high ponytail and the sweep of her hair. It really frames her face.
It's a great start. I'll let you carry on.
Thank you very much.
Denny, hello. You're making a beautiful big drawing here, over life size.
This is quite small. Normally I draw about 2 meters big.
So that presumably allows you to have a lot more freedom with the marks that you're making?
So I think the cross-hatching is what I shade it in with and makes the tones even out.
Great. Well, I really love the proportion and the scale already.
Grimsby-born Denny Waterhouse is studying for a degree in drawing at Camberwell College of Arts. She's recently begun taking commissions via social media and hopes to one day become a professional artist.
So your submission was really striking, but pretty brutal.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not the nicest.
I wouldn't portray myself like that, even for the sake of a good picture. So clearly I'm more vain than you. You were using a mirror?
It was from a picture, I think. I wouldn't let anybody see it, but the drawing of it, I was fine.
So obviously you've done something gentler today for Gabrielle, and you really, really filled the page.
Yeah, I probably had a bit of the background subtly.
Great, well, feels like it's going to be an exciting piece.
Thank you.
In this series, the sets take inspiration from the colours found in nature.
Kate, the colours are very rich and very varied today.
We've taken our inspiration today from coastal tide pools. So behind Gabrielle is this beautiful colour to represent kelp. Behind Jacob are the colours that really make us think of the actual rocks inside the rock pools. And then here behind Grace, we've got these extraordinary blue and purple tones, which are mussels.
Jacob, of course, is handsome to a huge extent, so there he is. What do you think of him as a sitter, then?
Well, I think he's a good sitter. He's one of our actors who I think is sort of half Jacob and then half sitting as a character, maybe. I think Gabrielle looks incredible against her set. There's something about, like, her dark clothing and the great lines in her hair against these soft browns.
And, of course, Grace has left her face completely white, which looks wonderful, particularly against a very dark set.
Yeah, and also picking up the kind of blue in the lenses that she's wearing.
I have to correct you.
Oh.
She isn't wearing lenses.
Oh, OK.
Her eyeballs are tattooed.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that extraordinary?
Yeah, they've got a lot to think about, the artists in that section, because it's kind of like art within art. So I've got high hopes for the artists.
Great.
Everything's actually going amazing. From what I can see, everyone's approached it very differently, whether that be going in with a lot of detail or just kind of doing more loose brushstrokes. So it's going to be very interesting.
I'm super excited just because it's a new experience. You know, they're all talented, but just capture my good side, please.
I'm loving it. I've heard some dismay at my, quote, angular face. I hope that it's not too hard to catch. I'll be complaining to my mum later.
Well, first I'll be focusing on the proportions of the face, and then gradually I'll build up each layer of the oils onto that. I'm trying to get as close to life as I can. I want it to be as realistic as possible and to exactly mirror the way that I'm seeing him now.
London-based Teddy Lenner originally trained as a car mechanic before becoming a professional artist. His work combines hyperrealism and surrealism and is influenced by Caravaggio and Salvador Dali.
Teddy, we love your self-portrait. Will you have enough time to make the painting of Jacob as detailed?
Well, for that, self-portrait had a lot longer. I spent 2 months working on my self-portrait, so it's quite different when I come to this painting now.
How much work do you do from the tablet?
I find it better to be looking at Jacob mostly. I've got the exact angle that I want of him there, and I've just got the tablet just occasionally to look at that.
Do you feel competitive?
I'm thinking I'll win. As long as I can get on and quickly add the oil colours, then I've got a chance of winning at least.
OK, we'll let you get on.
Thank you.
Unlike artists working in traditional media, one is completing the drawing stage of a monoprint. He'll need to trace his image, place a clean piece of paper over a perspex plate covered in ink, and follow the lines of his tracing so the paper picks up the pigment.
Joseph, you have chosen the road less travelled.
I have. When I come to the printing stage, it's pretty much done blind because you can't see where you're placing the ink on the page.
Sounds high risk.
Very, very high risk. Because when you're drawing, every pressure you make on the piece of paper will produce an effect. So you end up with a really unique and unusual result, which I quite like. Fingers crossed.
Norwich-based Joseph Dupre works as a GP. He loves to work in different media and spent a day creating his self-portrait etching.
Now, how does this pursuit of yours match with being a doctor?
Well, I managed to work it so that I work sort of 2 or 3 days a week GP, and then the other 2 or 3 days a week I devote to art.
You aren't inclined to say, yes, please come in. Can you just sit there for a minute?
I am occasionally.
The artists are reaching the halfway point in today's competition.
Yeah, it's going all right so far. The hair's going to be probably the most challenging part because there's so much of it, it's going to take a lot of work to fill it in. Yeah, I've just got to keep going.
I've blocked in the drawing that I'm happy with, then I've moved on to tones. It's not there at the moment, so I'm hoping to get there.
On the left side of the portrait, there's some green that I'm not too happy with. I'll have to figure that out. I think I'm calm, yeah? Yeah. I don't know.
Hours have passed since our 9 artists began painting Grace Neutral, Jacob Fortune-Lloyd, and Gabrielle.
I want to know what exactly you're using.
Want this?
Yeah, what is it? It looks...
This is just a takeaway container.
That's fantastic.
It's the easiest way to keep the moisture in.
Loving it.
Halfway. How do you feel it's going?
I think every single artist started incredibly well today. So well, in fact, that there were at least 6, I'd say, that I wanted to ask them to stop after the first hour because I was so happy with what I was looking at.
Wow, wonderful.
Well,
OK.
Dangerous.
Let's get into the detail, then. We'll start with Gabrielle's paintings. There's Shane and Denny and Nicola.
I love Denny's cross-hatching, and I love the way that she's so confident in doing it that it becomes just a beautiful tapestry of marks.
But there's also a beautiful expression in Gabrielle's face that Denny's caught. There's humour there, and I think it's lovely.
Shane is doing a very professional job. Yes, I sort of regret the loss of some of those acids that we saw in his self-portrait submission, but he's creating a beautiful profile view of Gabrielle, and I think it's incredibly promising.
Jacob is having his portrait painted by Kat, by Tony and Teddy.
I think Kat's really interesting because she's gone in with the fisheye lens.
Why would you use a fisheye lens?
Well, Jacob's an incredibly handsome fella.
He said jealously.
And it's not just a formula. She's trying to find him through a different medium, and I think it's working.
There's some weird proportions that will come through, and there are dangers in whether or not that will actually work in the finished thing.
Tony's approach was quite traditional. What I'm liking, actually, is now Jacob's becoming an abstract shape, and I love where it is hovering at the moment.
OK. So we've got Grace being painted by Alicia, Joseph and Araminta.
In Alicia's submission, we had this fantastic figure with all of these different fabrics and textures. I would hope we'll see the same sort of lavishly represented depiction of the tattoos as we do maybe with the velvet or the hot water bottle.
I like the way Araminta's interested in shape and form. It's always a slightly enigmatic character she's created around Grace. Of course, at the moment, we see it without any of the tattoos going on. So it'll be interesting to see how that changes the portrait as the afternoon goes on.
I'm a very emotional person, but I think people can see the tattoos and it can completely take over a narrative in their head. To see if they kind of can see past them will be really interesting.
I'm feeling nervous but excited at the same time about the reveal. I'm not going to peek, I'm going to wait, simply because I think that's more fun. I'm patient, patiently waiting.
I think of myself quite often like a kid in grown-up clothing. It'd be interesting to see if it captured a kind of childlikeness behind the eyes. I've heard a lot about fish eye with Kat, which is all very intriguing.
I'm trying to get as much paint on the canvas as I can because I'm very aware of the time. Getting a real sense of emotion from a portrait, I think, is more important than anything else. That's why the eye is the big focus of the middle. And also the seriousness of the expression has kind of swerved it away from being a caricature. Well, I hope it has anyway.
All artists will want to capture their sitter's individual character, but not everyone will look to find it in the face. Tony, what made you decide on that framing?
Athletic sort of guy, and so including the torso and the hands reflects that.
Right. Anything you found difficult about painting him?
The face and the hands, mainly.
Apart from the face and the hands?
Well, the T-shirt wasn't easy either. But...
Oh, well, I mean, you know, the face, the hands and the body in a portrait are not that important.
Joseph, I saw you inking up the Perspex slate.
Yep.
So they're basically ink sitting underneath there.
Yeah, so oil paint and pigment underneath. Whenever I make a mark, it press through onto the second piece of paper under here. Any mark you make with your hand obviously comes through as well, so there's that patchwork of textures, which I quite like.
Well, enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Alicia, that's a beautiful portrait already.
Thank you.
Do you normally paint on metal?
Yeah, but the thing is, with the dark paint, I don't know why, but it doesn't stick as well.
Oh.
So just keep piling it on.
What's the dab of colour there by her eye? Did you trip and fall on the canvas?
I was like, oh, should I do a background? And then I put the paint on, and I was like, no, I don't want to do it yet.
It's like you're being attacked by a splodge. I'll let you and the splodge get on.
Thank you.
There's just half an hour left, and it's not just the artists spotting areas for improvement.
Shane, what's going on behind the neck? It looks like there's some correcting that you've been trying to do there.
That's the highlight, yeah.
Ah.
Must fix that as well, then.
Yeah, just maybe a little bit of refinement or something?
Yeah.
I'm at the point where I'm adding the light, where the light is coming onto his forehead, how it's glinting off of his hair, and a little bit on his cheekbones and his chin as well. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little bit tired now.
The day is ticking on. I wouldn't mind a little bit more time on the hands and this ear that's in the shadows at the moment. It needs to be much lighter. There's much to do and not much time either.
After nearly 4 hours of painting, the artists are putting the finishing touches to their portraits of Gabrielle, Jacob Fortune-Lloyd, and Grace Neutral.
Just working on the final print, putting in all the extra tone, and we'll see what the final result is.
I'm just adding some background now. Whether I do the whole canvas, I'm not quite sure. I feel like she needs some metal showing for some reason.
Artists, you have 5 minutes left.
The main thing I'm worried about now is that I do a last-minute correction and it ruins the whole thing.
The moment I reveal my portrait to Gabrielle, I'd feel very, very nervous about it. And I've got my fingers crossed that she feels the way I feel.
Artists, your time is up. Please put down your equipment and stand away from your portraits.
Gabrielle, Grace and Jacob will each be taking one of their portraits home with them. So it's time for the artists to reveal their work. How was your 4 hours?
Oh, you know what? It was incredible. My heart goes out to these amazing artists.
Let's not put it off any longer.
No,
shall we?
let's not do that today.
Okay, all right. Artists, can I please ask you to turn your easels?
I'm scared. Oh, wow. I'm loving the capturing of my hair. Ooh, child, I love this too.
I'm going to stop you there, Gabrielle, because we're going to go and have a closer look.
Okay. It's amazing. Loving the use of the colours there. I'm loving my hair.
And he's picked out the earring. Just
yeah, and
giving you
I
that.
love that. Just little shimmers, and it's beautiful. I could see that there was a section where my hair was, and I thought she's not going to be able to do that in time because the pen looked really fine. So she's super fast and amazing. Wow. You've got so much detail in there. I'm loving the way you've captured the texture of my outfit. Yeah, well done.
Okay, it's decision time.
On the basis of the fact that I don't look as old as I really am, I'm going to go with Shane.
Well done, Shane.
Grace, you can relax. I think you were always relaxed, weren't you?
Yeah, I've just been thinking about what I'm going to have for dinner.
You decided?
Yes.
In that case, we can ask the artists to turn their easels round.
I don't know where to look. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Yeah, I just feel a bit speechless right now. I'm kind of overwhelmed. This is stunning. I entered my 30s a few years ago, and it's really nice to see myself in more of like a womanly way.
Oh, brilliant.
So thank you, I appreciate that. Ooh, I just feel like the ultimate boss in this picture, you know? Like I'm just sat on my throne.
That's good.
Waiting to rule. This is truly beautiful. I feel like it kind of plays on my more childlike, naive side. I don't know, it just made me feel really pretty, and I'm very happy that it's me.
And now comes the moment of decision.
Oh, you're all extremely talented, but I think, Araminta, your portrait just speaks to me, so thank you.
Wow. They are all so brilliant. I grew up watching a lot of late 90s, early noughties hip-hop videos. So this is such a dream come true to see a fisheye. I feel like Busta Rhymes. It's so cool.
It's amazing.
Absolutely amazing. I love the broad brushstrokes of it, yeah, and the likeness and the light on the face and the shadow on the other side. It's just so much in it that's interesting. It's so detailed. There's something in the distance, isn't there? Oh my God, that look.
Yes.
It's,
Right.
I'm gonna go with the one that reminds me best of my misspent youth and go with Kat's fisheye.
Well done, Kat.
For our artists, the hardest part is over. But for our judges, it's just beginning.
Teddy's taken the kind of angularity of Jacob and sort of broken it down into these lines.
It's really nice as well to see the range from his self-portrait, that he can do something that's almost more sensitive, more delicate.
Tony's portrait is all about the posture, and it's about the depth you get from the front of the body right back through his shoulders.
There's so much thought in the eyes and the way the hands are positioned. I'm so glad he included the hands.
Kat's fisheye is bonkers.
I think it's really clever that she's able to do something which is typically kind of fun and surreal and give it that seriousness. That's clever.
I love the composition that Nicola determined to go with.
Some bits of the painting have gone a bit flat, which is a pity because the whole thing was much more exuberant early on. Denny's drawing is masterful, and the head has got just this immense volume to it.
I think the composition could have been stronger, but I have absolutely no complaints about these beautiful crosshatches. I think Shane dealt with the view that he had beautifully.
It's a great likeness of Gabriella, but I do miss that sort of experimental edge that he had in his submission.
I think Araminta has given us this very serene person, but there are hints of something sort of under the surface. And the way in which she's used that sweep of the hair, I think, is really clever.
I think Joseph has caught Grace's spirit. There is a chunkiness to Joseph's print which wasn't true to life.
But I think the tattoos are fantastic, and I think the sense of this kind of punky, rebel spirit comes through.
I love the way in which Alicia has built Grace's face up with the little bits of colour. It's rich, it's luscious.
If it wasn't for the fact that it's covered in tattoos, it could have come out of the Dutch Baroque period.
To help with their decision-making, the judges pare down the artists to a shortlist of 3.
I think one or the other of these two should be here. And actually, the one on the right has more mystery.
I'm feeling like this one lives in a completely different sphere. It
Okay.
doesn't quite live in the sphere that I'm living in at the moment, let's put it that way.
And there's a completeness and weight to these three.
Yeah.
I really like these three.
They're really good three.
Artists, it's been a real pleasure watching each one of you work today. Well done.
It's never easy, but the judges have chosen a shortlist of 3. The first artist is Tony Robinson. The second artist is Araminta Laurie. The third artist to be shortlisted is Kat Hughes.
Oh, it's so sad that I didn't get through. I really enjoyed meeting everybody. And to meet Gabrielle, bonus!
Well, we have 3 from a strong day, it felt, today. So what does Araminta show us today that you don't learn about her from her self-portrait?
The colour palette is so subdued in the submission. And today she's amped up the colours, and I love seeing the way that she allows it to inflect into the hair and then gently into the skin and the shirt.
There are no tricks here. There's no artifice. It's a straight-on, good quality portrait.
Now, Tony, the cynical side of me, there is one. Maybe you can't paint faces and hands and hair. Well, he can.
Yeah.
I have a problem with the likeness. He felt that other things were more interesting to him, but as a whole, it works fabulously.
I find that the hands look like hands from someone who's been in an abattoir.
You think they're dripping with blood?
I know, yes.
Do
Dripping
you?
with blood.
They're dripping with blood.
Yeah.
The hands might not be perfect, but they're important in creating that sense of depth. You know, that's a real challenge for an artist. You know, he had to find that depth in the portrait.
Kat is studying film. She has an eye for a story, doesn't she?
It's like she's directing 2 movies here, and they're both suspense dramas, aren't they? Bordering on a thriller.
Are you telling me it's Psycho?
You have murder on the mind today.
I do.
But no animals, people.
I love what Kat's done today, but how close is it to being a gimmick?
It becomes a gimmick if there are 10 more after this, I would say.
You wouldn't need to watch TV with one of these in the room, would you? You could just let your imagination run.
So, abattoir fingers, Psycho, or cool and interesting? There can be only one.
Araminta, Tony, Kat, you can each be proud of having made it to the final 3. However, there is only one place for the semi-final.
The artists that the judges have selected showed a confident range and a narrative depth across their submission and portrait today. And that artist is Kat Hughes.
What is going on? I usually don't have that much confidence in my art, and the fact that I've got through to the next heat is just, it's like the best feeling ever.
Kat smashed it. I did my best to put her off because we were standing alongside each other, but no, she nailed it, and good luck to her.
I think Kat's work's beautiful, and her self-portrait was just stunningly rendered, so I think well-deserved.
Kat is a brilliant winner. It's so exciting for us to find a young artist who's such a strong storyteller. In her submission, it was all about the cool tones. Today, it was about the fisheye. We really can't wait to see what she produces in the semi-final.
So I'm about to call my mum and tell her the news.
Hello?
I need to book a train to London for next week because I've got through.
Oh my God. Oh, that's amazing.
Are you crying?
Yeah. Oh, I'm so chuffed. Oh, God, I'm bursting.
Hello and welcome to another festival of creativity, where we're joined by 9 more wonderful artists, 3 more wonderful sitters.
And we'll witness the creation of some wonderful works of art. Welcome to Portrait Artist of the Year.
Chosen for their exceptional talents, these artists have 4 hours to prove their creativity to be in the running for this year's grand prize. A £10,000 commission to paint world-renowned violinist Nicola Benedetti for the Scottish National Portrait Gallery.
5 of today's artists are amateur. Mark Oliver, Jacqueline Gartland, Natasha Eiderman, Ikra Tariq, and Mary Shepperson.
This is your first ever live sitter?
Yeah, it's surprisingly hard to get people to sit still for 4 hours unless you offer them money or threaten them with violence or something like that.
And 4 are professional. Nneka Uzogwe, Catherine Dorelli, Martin Burrow, and Adrian Hill.
I think it does quite look like her.
Oh, it looks very much like her, yeah.
Good, good. I'm glad I've got your seal of approval on that.
My seal of approval means nothing, as well you know. As the artists set up their equipment, the judges examined the self-portraits which earned them a place in the competition.
Well, here's today's wall, as great a variety as ever. Let's start with the one at the end.
It's like a Persian miniature that's just stepped out of an ancient manuscript, but then you look at the sitter and they look fairly contemporary.
It's really charming, but it's also quite powerful, I think.
It's quite a bold decision to say, I want to submit a self-portrait, so I'll slump on the floor surrounded by a lot of debris.
I think they know how we will react to it, and it brings that sort of fairy tale element. The poor artist stuck in the attic, instead of made to spin gold out of hay, she's got to make some paintings. And I think that's what we want our artists to do today.
This is just a painting belonging to a completely different era. It's executed so beautifully, and the tension between the softness of this face and the full detail of that shawl just hangs together beautifully for me.
I like that sort of space this painting inhabits. It reminds me of 20s, 30s travel maps, visit this part of the country, and it's sort of, I think it's an interesting balancing act of being realistic and stylistic, and it comes together very forcefully.
Well, here we have pink hair on a pink background.
I just get the sense that they're walking along in one of those underpasses, which are covered in great graffiti, listening to music, and they've just caught this fantastic photo and gone home and painted it.
It's all about attitude, isn't it? It is a sort of, here I am again, I've got to think of another interesting pose. And of course, it lives off the light that that artist has sort of positioned very carefully.
Here we have a direct confrontation, I feel, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's got a kind of mugshot quality, but it's absolutely beautiful. I just love the way that the paint sits on the surface. And I like the faraway look in the eyes. They're looking way beyond us.
This painting makes me feel really cold. I can see the artist is really sort of muffled up with a scarf and his overalls.
Also, the colours are quite interesting. It's sort of turned up a notch.
Now, this is a very delicate piece that we have at the end here.
I can't get over how little is there. And I wonder whether we've got today an artist who will quietly think about every line that she paints in.
Well, there we are. Large, small, rich, colourful, a great range.
Artists, your sitter today is a world-renowned choreographer. She's been a judge on Strictly and on So You Think You Can Dance. Get ready to cha-cha-cha. It's Arlene Phillips. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm excellent. I'm very excited to be here.
Oh, good. Well, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Obviously, as a dancer, as a choreographer, you're a ball of energy, Arlene. How are you going to sit still?
I have absolutely no idea. Other than when I'm asleep, I am never still.
Really?
Never, ever.
So what are you going to do, artist, with that? You're going to have to sort her out.
Sort me out.
I'll leave you in the hands of your artists.
Oh, my goodness. Hello.
Well, I've got a front on the view, so I think I'm really in the luxe.
You wanted to turn slightly left or to the right, I guess you guys...
No, I think I'm going to work from kind of a side profile.
You got the best side.
Yeah. No pressure.
Artists, your sitter today is very much at home with competitions. He has a growing list of medals and awards, including a champion performance at the Paralympics. Please welcome powerlifter Ali Jawad.
Hello.
Well, you're very welcome here.
Thank you.
Now, you are a powerlifter. Explain how that came about.
Yeah, so basically, my friend kind of forced me to go to the gym across the road from my school. I started lifting some weights, I got found, and here we are, 15 years later.
Now, will sitting here for a long time and not moving yourself around, will that be difficult?
No, actually, probably good, because I'm always on the go.
Well, I hope you take great pleasure in it, because we're delighted that you're here. I leave it to you, artists.
Thank you. So do you want me straight on?
It depends which way you
You
look,
can
I suppose.
a little bit here.
This way?
Yeah, a little bit.
Does that suit you?
Yeah, I think so.
Find a spot to look at?
Yep, found it.
Okay, good. Well, good luck.
Artists. For over 30 years, your sitter has taught us about the natural world in programmes like Springwatch and The Really Wild Show. Please welcome presenter, campaigner, author and naturalist, Chris Packham.
Thank you.
Hello, Chris.
Hello.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
Firstly, fantastic shoes.
Well, yes, bit of a throwback, aren't they, to my misspent youth?
I love it.
You're talking to an old punk rocker, a
Okay.
man who once had blue, green and pink hair.
Now, obviously, the natural world fills your thoughts. Are you going to be taken to the natural world today in order to get through these 4 hours?
Well, you know what it's like working in wildlife TV? You're always waiting. And sometimes you're waiting for a long time for a badger to emerge or a bird to sing. So sitting still is not a problem if you're a naturalist.
Well, I'll hand you over to your artists. Good luck.
Thank you very much
Good luck.
indeed. I can't tell you how excited I am about this, because I have a really, really keen interest in painting.
So you don't paint yourself?
I do paint.
OK, I hope we don't disappoint you then.
Artists, you should have everything you need. You have 4 hours to complete your portraits. Your time starts now.
Okay, good luck. That's a great pose. Really good.
So would you just look a little bit more over there? Yep, that's perfect.
Faced with a blank canvas, artists often choose to loosen up using paint or pencils. But for someone with a meticulous approach, you can't beat a bit of specialist kit.
I've got big compasses. I've got graining combs. There's a screen printing squeegee, some proportional dividers. I like angles and surfaces, so that's really quite handy for finding geometry.
Mark Oliver is an award-winning illustrator from Worthing. Having started painting to spend time away from working on a screen, he created his self-portrait which merges fine art with his background in graphic design.
Mark, I see you're breaking up the canvas into geometry.
I like to anchor things to lines and then get a little freer once I've kind of mapped it out. There's a very, very clean, like an arc of a circle around the side of his face through to his neck. As far as that's how I see straight away.
So the geometry that you use is suggested by what's there?
Absolutely, yeah. So he seems to me to be sitting into that circle.
Now you mention, all I can see is that line from Chris's left side of the face to his elbow. It kind of comes right round. Well, it looks smashing.
Thank you.
Carry on.
You're drawing with the paintbrush directly
Yeah.
onto the board?
Yeah.
You haven't squared up or anything, so you're doing it by eye?
Yeah.
Is that the way you normally work?
Yeah, I didn't actually realise that people used a grid until I started watching Portrait Artist of the Year last year. Because I've never had any training. I've never actually painted a live sitter before.
This is your first ever live sitter?
Yeah, it's surprisingly hard to get people to sit still for 4 hours unless you offer them money or threaten them with violence or something like that.
Mary Shepperson is an archaeologist specialising in the Middle East. More familiar with ancient relics than live sitters, she has a solid grounding in anatomy after drawing 200 skeletons at an Egyptian cemetery.
I'm really interested in the angle that you've got. Of course, you're seated, but you've sort of deified our wonderful sitter in Ali today. Was that a conscious decision?
Not really, it's just, I think, because I'm just used to sitting on a chair. But I think it works quite well with Ali because he's such a sort of powerful shoulders, and that being from below makes him look more, it sort of emphasises that.
I totally agree. You've turned him already into a hero.
I mean, I'd usually get off to quite a quick start, but there'll be a lot of endless flailing around with the mid-tones.
Well, you've got 4 hours. I want to know that you've got a plan, not too much flailing around.
Well, yeah.
Crack on.
Yeah.
Tell us about your training regime.
Yeah, so 5 days a week in the gym. Everything's geared up to make sure I can bench press as much as possible.
What's your personal best?
My best is 200 kilos.
What? That's heavier than me.
Since retiring from a career in insurance, Martin Burrow has spent the last 12 years indulging in his lifelong passion for art. He regularly takes commissions and paints every day in his studio.
Martin, you've started with this fantastic green colour.
Yeah.
Why was that?
It's a good contrast to flesh tones for a start, and I thought I wanted something that was really the opposite of the pink and the yellow. I love using colour. Every time anybody's criticised my work, it's always been tone it down, tone it down, tone it down.
How dare they?
And I try to resist that, but I do see the point.
And how are you feeling about time?
I'm pretty comfortable at the moment. I'm sure
Yeah.
there'll be moments of complete panic later on.
You wouldn't be the first, Martin.
Once they've established the position of the figure in the frame, some artists like to find out more about what makes their sitters tick.
Arlene, would you mind telling me what your favourite musical is?
My all-time favourite musical is West Side Story. And I loved choreographing Starlight Express. It was my first big musical, and I love it forever.
Amazing.
Nneka Uzogwe is a professional artist based in London. As well as selling her work in galleries and online, she's preparing for her first major solo exhibition. Nneka, that wash you've put on the background there has given your painting an instantly atmospheric feel.
I like my paintings to have a sort of dreamlike quality, and I was talking to Arlene about her favourite theatre productions, and she mentioned Starlight Express and West Side Story. So I'm thinking of creating a theatre production behind her.
Do you need, like, models to be, because Joan and I could be the Sharks and the Jets, do a knife fight behind that work?
Perhaps, perhaps.
The artists have 3 hours left.
You can't really go wrong at this stage. You're just making marks, and it's fun. The really tense bit gets when you're having to put some detail in and trying to reach for the likeness. At this stage, that's not a worry.
It could be better, but it could be worse. Once I feel like I've got everything in the right place, then I'll feel a bit more under control, I think.
My strategy is to get a really nice composition and then let my imagination run away with me in trying to create a beautiful painting.
At this stage, it's a balance. I can't force things into the geometry. Otherwise, it's not going to look like him. I've got to paint what's there, but find the geometry that's in it. See, it makes sense in my head.
Nine artists are painting naturalist and broadcaster Chris Packham, Paralympic powerlifter Ali Jawad, and choreographer Arlene Phillips, whose image on one portrait is being framed in pools of colour, which are then dispersed across the canvas.
Adrian, you're just showing off.
I'm using the straw.
I know.
Imagine having to come on portrait artist and use a straw. It's basically it's alcohol ink. The idea came accidentally. I was looking through some old photographs at home. There was 2 photographs that were stuck together, and I kind of peeled them apart. Yeah. And it left this sort of negative effect. And I thought, how can I replicate that?
It's funny how things come about by mistake often.
Having been inspired by Portrait Artist of the Year, Adrian Hill sold his computer games business to become a full-time artist. It's a decision he doesn't regret and has since enjoyed experimenting with a variety of styles.
You've got your inks here, but you also have your oil paints there. Are you saying you're going to mix this all up?
Yeah. This is going to dry in a matter of minutes, and then I'm going to paint on top of it, leaving just little passages of this showing through. So I'm kind of mixing sort of more traditional painting with a more contemporary.
I mean, look, carry on. I can't wait to see how this evolves, this strange
Thank you.
painting.
Chris has been a good sitter so far. He keeps still, and I don't know if he minds me saying this, but he's got nice wrinkles too. So, yeah, that's interesting to put down.
19-year-old Natasha Eiderman is a biomedical science student from London. Her self-portrait was painted from a selfie she took walking through an underpass, where she liked how the pink background matched her hair.
How's it going, Natasha?
It's going good so far. Just blocking in the main colours, and I'll go into details later on in the day.
OK. You going to give him pink hair?
You know what? I might. He mentioned something about
He did
coloured
earlier
hair.
on. I mean, he literally gave you carte blanche there to use to get involved with some pink hair. He's got a good, strong look, hasn't he, to work from?
Yeah, very sharp features.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm pleased.
Chris is really interesting. I kind of feel like he has this sort of angular kind of thing going on, which I hope I can capture, but we'll see how it works.
Professional artist Catherine Dorelli created her self-portrait referencing a photograph and a mirror. Drawn to the darker elements in her painting, she chose a neutral background to emphasise the jet black of her dress.
Now, you've got this very dark colour behind. Is that a problem?
I don't know. I mean, I was thinking, yeah, this is great, but then it's kind of playing to my worst tendencies to just throw earth colours down, which isn't really great, because I just produce these very, very brown paintings if I'm not careful.
How much does the lightness matter, and does it come and go?
I suppose what I usually think is it's nicer to get something that's striking, but on the other hand, you have to kind of know it's them, don't you? Otherwise, it's kind of like, it's not really a portrait.
So this series, Kathleen, our backgrounds have been inspired by nature and the environment. What have we got today?
We've taken the cultivated land. We've got beautiful, rich, earthy soil. We've got the wonderful fields of rapeseed in a blue sky. And then we've also celebrating all the colours that you find in an allotment.
Ali has a tremendously strong look.
He's heroic. He's got these incredibly sharply defined features. And when you put that on top of that physicality and that suit, I think there's a lot there for his artist to sort of get into.
Arlene is obviously a choreographer.
Well, yeah, but for someone who's all about movement, she's been absolutely incredibly still, but, you know, not rigid.
I mean, I'm worried Chris hasn't actually taken a breath for 2 hours.
I think Chris feels the responsibility, so he's sort of giving them good pose at the moment, but I'm hoping as the afternoon goes on that they'll strike up a conversation.
I'm quite disciplined when it comes to satisfying a task, and my mission today is obviously to satisfy the artist by sitting as still as possible. I take photographs, and when I'm at work, if people try and stimulate a conversation with me, they get a grunt for an answer. So aside from being still, I've been silent as well.
I think I want the artist to capture my physicality and my imagination. But, you know, I'm really excited because I imagine it's going to be 3 very, very different portraits.
Oh, it's amazing. Can't wait to see the different styles. Mary seems very focused, maybe a little bit nervous. With Martin, he's very chilled out, I think. Very chatty as well. And Ikra, like Mary, is very, very focused. I feel her style is quite detailed. So I'm actually looking forward to it because I just want to see the detail she goes to.
Ikra, it's lovely to see the colour come into your work, and you've responded so nicely to the sets.
Yeah, the colours are very bright, very joyful. It also complements with his dress.
Yeah, that grey against the pink is perfect, isn't it?
Yeah.
How are you feeling about time? Your work is obviously very fine, very detailed.
I am nervous.
Ikra Tariq's style draws on the Mughal miniature tradition used to illustrate manuscripts in 16th century India. Using the tiniest brushes, her paintings can take months to create.
You did a beautiful frame in your submission. Are you going to have time to play with the framing around the outside?
It's a long process, so I have no time for floral design because if I manage to complete the portrait, this would be the achievement for me.
It's not every day artists have the chance to paint a famous sitter, and one is making the most of the opportunity.
Arlene, what's your favourite dance to do yourself?
At the moment is absolutely contemporary dance. With it comes a freedom.
It's not rigid to steps and stuff.
It's not, which was the way I was trained.
Amateur artist Jacqueline Gartland quit her day job to become a full-time mum. Now her 3 boys have grown up, she's found more time to dedicate to art and has started taking commissions.
Jacqueline, I wondered if you're one of those artists who puts a lot of the self-portrait into the portrait of other sitters, because I sort of see a mashup of you and Arlene there.
Oh, really?
Is that something you tend to do? No, it's a wonderful combination.
I don't know. I suppose it's just a gently kind of approach that I have.
And no temptation whatsoever to put the background in any form?
I may do a yellow around her, but...
like a halo?
Half the time I'm hard-pressed to put in hair. I mean,
it's coming together really well. Thank you.
Thank you.
The artists have just over 2 hours left. Adrian, how are you getting on?
So I've got all the underwork done. I've got a really good image for me to kind of colour in now. I think it does quite look like her.
Oh, it looks very much like her, yeah.
I'm glad I've got your seal of approval on that.
My seal of approval means nothing, as well you know.
I don't perfect the face before I move on to the background. The face will need heightening once I put the background in, so I really do just need to get the right contrast.
I'm a bit worried about leaving the background too late and the clothes, which is a bit of a risk. But then, you know, it's portrait competition, so the face is probably the most important part.
I've started to do the background, constructing a Broadway scene around her. My biggest concern is overdoing the background. What could go wrong is not following my own advice.
Chris Packham, Arlene Phillips and Ali Jawad have been sitting for just over 2 hours.
Feeling a bit stiff?
Yeah, a little bit.
I think the sitters have a much, much tougher time. At least we can move.
Halfway through the day, how is it so far?
I'm feeling quite trepidatious today. There's some really promising work in the room.
Yeah, very special pieces, and we just get very worried that they're not going to fulfil their potential.
Let's talk about the portraits of Ali.
They are all splendid, and they are all incredibly different. So Ikra started with this divine miniature. It is so fine, and she's found this perfect balance in the oval. It's just fantastic.
It seems to me that Mary's was outstanding from the start.
I mean, I think Mary's painting's lovely. She's chosen this low-down position, which does give him this monumentality, but I think she's fussing with the likeness, and I think she should just go with what she's got and just get it done, because time's not on her side now.
Well, let's look at the portraits of Chris Packham. We've got Natasha, we've got Mark, and we've got Catherine.
It's interesting in Chris's section, of course, it is overwhelmingly brown, and Chris has got this extraordinary top where he's accentuated it is even more brown, and the artists are responding accordingly.
Mark is a very interesting artist, and I love that he has this particular aspect, which is sort of geometric. The likeness is quite harsh, but it's good and it's interesting.
Well, Arlene is sitting remarkably still for a dancer. And we've got Adrian, Necker, and Jacqueline. Each of them highly different from the others.
I think Adrian is an example of an artist driven by the materiality or the stuff he uses, and he enjoys, you know, using inks. And now there's a pinning down is happening, and it is changing in flavour.
And Necker, well, it's a theatre set.
Yes, it is a theatre set. And with Necker's portrait earlier today, when the theatre set wasn't there, I found there was a poignancy to it, and I don't know where that came from. But now that the theatre set's gone in, I'm worried that it's lost something of that figure sort of lost in space.
We'll have to see what happens.
I am sadly not good at art, and actually came bottom of the class when I was told my picture looked like a spider had put ink on its feet and crawled all over the page. So I am in awe of artists.
When I create things, I pontificate about it for months. I don't normally manifest the discipline to sit down and finish something in 4 hours. So, from my perspective, it's remarkable.
So usually I don't look very presentable, so I wanted to look very presentable today. My outfit was for an awards ceremony, and I've not worn it since. I think the suit does bring out my my muscles, I guess. Probably because it's too tight. It should be a bit looser.
His muscles in that suit are bursting to get out, and he's got very powerful shoulders, so that message has to come through. But it's a good challenge.
Ali's beautiful. What can I say?
Thank you.
You put that beautiful grey wash of Ali's jacket in. You're not going to put the pattern in, are you?
I'm going to. I hope I have 1 hour.
And it's so fine, so the precision comes from how calm your hand is.
Yeah. When I create a line, I hold my breath to make it straight.
That is very scary.
Yeah, very scary.
Well, look, I must say you're doing a beautiful job, and
Thank you.
carry on with the smallest brushes I think we've ever had on this competition.
Getting certain features right may be key to capturing a likeness,
Is that good enough? I don't know if that's good enough.
but a sitter's personal style is just as important for artists wanting to create a striking portrait.
Mark, I think we've given you a bit of a gift of a sitter. Chris is wearing this fantastic top. He's got probably a perfect haircut for you, I'd say.
Yes, it's a result. Again, I kind of see them as bits of architecture. I think you can have fun with things like hair.
Ali's actually quite difficult in some ways because he has no hair on his head, but he has hair on his face. And that's the wrong way around for painting, really.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
You got your hair the wrong way round, Ali.
Yeah.
Did it on purpose. Before I challenge you.
But yeah, it's not the easiest necessarily to paint.
Now, look here, young Adrian. What's going on with that hair?
Yes, it's very blue, isn't it? I think it just looks really nice as an underpainting, as a colour kind of shining through. It's the kind of colour you would not associate with realistic portraiture. You would never imagine that a blue colour like that would look. But I think it works quite well. I think I'm going for a more punk side of it. I think she's got.
She'll be fascinated to see it. It's just the sort of thing she likes.
The artists have just under half an hour to go.
Necker, I'm sensing frustration.
I wouldn't say frustration. I've kind of put all my ideas out there and I'm happy with what I have.
Right.
But now, my biggest concern is letting it become too busy. So I need to be careful.
The way I paint, I'm constantly trying to find the features in the person, and I really lost her. So, you know, a little bit panic stations, but I can see her coming back, so steady again.
He's got quite spiky hair, so I'm able to just do quick brush strokes. And he mentioned something about crazy colors, so I added a bit of blue, which I thought would be a cool touch.
I don't want to leave the suit plain, but it has very delicate lines, so I'm hoping it will complete on time.
It's all a bit tight, so what I'm going to do is try and loosen it up with a roller. It might make a terrible mess. We'll see. It's very much make or break.
Today's artists are approaching the end of their 4-hour challenge, painting Arlene Phillips, Ali Jawad, and Chris Packham.
So, tell me what's wrong with the brush?
It's that I put thought into the construction lines. They get obliterated by the paint, and I want to put them back in.
Construction is the key word with you, isn't it?
It is, I'm afraid, yeah.
No,
yeah.
I love it.
Thank you.
I really want to reiterate some of these shapes, and then my plan is to kind of panic. Yeah, that's usually my plan, panic.
Artists, you have 5 minutes left.
Ooh. I'm putting the background in quite badly, because that's all I've got time to do. I think, like most people, I'm probably feeling like I could do with 20 minutes to go, but I'm not unhappy with what I've managed.
In the last minutes, I'm doing a lot of praying, basically. I think I've definitely caught a likeness, definitely my style. More time would have been great, but hey ho, that's the nature of the beast, I'm afraid, isn't it?
Artists, your time is up. Please put down your equipment and stand back from your portraits.
Arlene, this is a nerve-wracking moment, isn't it?
It really is. Yeah, I've got butterflies.
OK, well, I won't keep you in suspense any longer then. Artists, can I please ask you to turn your easels?
It's quite an emotional experience, isn't it? To see 3 of me looking back at me.
Right, should we have a closer look?
Yeah.
Are you OK?
Yeah, I am.
Adrian.
This takes me back. I can see that ambition there and the way I thought no one could say anything to me. I was going to do it first. There's so much in here, but the figure is so me. It's just the way I look at the end of a day of work.
Oh, thank you so much.
This one is smashing into my heart because my mum died when I was 15. And that could be my mum looking out. It's really, really beautiful.
Thank you so much, Jacqueline.
Thank you so much.
What a lovely
That's
reaction.
wonderful.
I'm afraid, Arlene, you know what's coming. I'm going to have to ask you to pick one now.
I feel it would be brave to take Jacqueline's, but I feel like I need to live now. So I want to take Necker's.
Thank you.
Ali, this is a very exciting moment. I'm going to ask all the artists to turn round your easels.
Oh, wow. You made me look better than what I am, thank you.
Mary did Head and Shoulders.
I wanted to emphasise the neck, because you have such a powerful neck.
That's the first time anyone said that to me, so thank you. You got my nose perfect, because my nose is bent, so you got, like, I'm glad you drew it bent, thank you.
Well, it was fun to do.
Now, Iker has done a wonderful miniature, which is exquisitely detailed.
Yeah, it's amazing, the detail you've gone in there. It's incredible.
Thank you.
Well, now, there comes a moment at which you have to choose.
They're all absolutely incredible. But yeah, I think I'm probably going to side with Mary's one.
Chris, how did you find that?
Well, I achieved a lot mentally, I think.
Oh, did you?
If I can put into practice everything that I've thought about for the last 4 hours, I would have made significant progress.
Okay. Well, artists, can I ask you, please, to turn your easels?
Wow, yes. Amazing.
Let's go and have a closer
let's have a look. I just don't know how you've done that in 4 hours, Natasha. I really, really don't. Yeah, really, really good.
Thank you, Natasha. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Mark?
I mean, obviously, I like the geometry and the colours. The colours are sort of cigars and brandy. I can catch a whiff. Yeah, sensational. It's got a sort of a sticky sweetness to it, a bit like sticking your finger into a jar of golden syrup and swirling it around. It's got all of that sort of movement. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Brilliant. Right, I'm going to make you choose one now.
The one that I'm going to choose is the one that I think I'm drawn to because of a part of my character, which is about meticulous analysis. So I'm going to go for Mark's. Hello, Mark.
As the artists unwind, the judges consider the work produced today.
I think all three artists dealt with the colour of Chris and the background fantastically well. And I think Kathy particularly made this brown a real asset. And I like the aspect that she caught of Chris.
Mark's version of Chris, that is a very dynamic Chris, and he hasn't hidden the workings of the painting, and I like that.
It's got this rigidity with all the geometry, but there's also freedom. He sort of doesn't obey all the rules.
I think Natasha worked with the colour range that she had today very well. I don't think the likeness is quite there. She's one of our younger artists, and I think it was quite a challenge for her, but she's given us a very complete painting.
I love Jacqueline's reduced portrait of Arlene.
It's sensitive. It's not, well, I was going to say it's not overly shouty, but then we got the yellow line around it, which sort of does something completely different. But I can see why she did it.
Necker can get people so quickly, and I think she wants to do more than that, doesn't she? She wants to go beneath the skin.
And even though I think the stage set is very real, I worry that she overloaded the work with too much information.
I mean, Adrian's Arlene shows an incredible skill at playing with the material of the paint and being able to make stuff up.
I suppose the only thing for me is I'm not really sure about how wild and undone the hair is, in contrast with how perfect the face is.
I think Iker did a fantastic job. She's transcended the tradition whilst keeping the key elements there.
And what is extraordinary is she has the power of the man.
I love Martin's use of colour, and this was a gift of a set. The main problem I have really is actually the physicality, that we've lost so much of the identity of the sitter.
Mary's profile of Ali shows a powerful man.
The more I look at this, the more I love it. That block of the jacket, the block of the dusky red, but then, of course, all the detail is in the actual face. It's so well put together.
So you like it, then?
I quite like this one.
The judges must get 9 portraits down to a short list of 3.
Blimey, OK, where do we start?
Can we just move those two just slightly off and just focus on these and see if we feel that we have enough there?
OK, these together.
Yeah, because actually once you see these 3, you realise it's very difficult for the others to compete.
It's unusual, isn't it, as well? That's what I really like about it.
Yeah.
Of course, what it does mean is that the next stage is going to be really horrendous.
But, I mean, what a nice position to be in, and all 3 very cool artists.
Artists, hats off to each one of you for doing so well under pressure.
After examining your work, the judges have chosen an initial shortlist of 3. The first artist is Ikra Tariq. The second artist is Mark Oliver. The third artist to be shortlisted is Mary Shepperson.
I'm feeling so elated that Arlene chose my portrait. So I feel like I've won, even if I might not have. It was a really lovely experience.
Well, 3 artists left. They painted 3 fine self-portraits, and none of them have deviated too much from that successful formula.
The work has the same strengths, but also showing us what else they can do with different colours, different tones.
I think we disadvantaged the artists who were painting Chris Packham because we gave them that very brown background.
I think it was a difficult background, but Mark used it to really bring out some of the features in the face, the way he painted that yellow fabric. It's just sensational.
Yeah, I realise in looking at both of his works is that he plays with the geometry, but he doesn't take it so far that it becomes unbelievable.
Ikra gave us a very refined miniature of Ali.
I'm surprised how Ikra, in this very small pictorial world of hers, can really capture the physical shape and feel of a body. And she's done it in her self-portrait with the tilt of her head. And today with her portrait of Ali, it's just the way the head sits on the shoulders. We don't see the rest of him, but here we get a forceful, strong man.
Mary has given us a very handsome, very noble Ali.
And I think that it's a really interesting likeness because she was absolutely dead set on staying low and giving us that monumentality. And she's done it using these really good-looking paint marks. Her self-portrait had this fantastic lightness of touch, and I think she's taken it even further today with Ali.
A lot of it is about stylization. That highlight on the nose shouldn't really work, but it's just one of the most beautiful noses in history.
Wow, in history?
In history.
So, a decision to be made.
An impossible one.
Mark, Ikra, Mary, it's no small achievement to have got this far. However, only one of you can go forward to the semi-final.
The artists that the judges have selected brought to bear their distinctive style to produce an arresting portrait. That artist is Mark Oliver.
Wow, it's an absolute accolade, isn't it? I mean, to be shortlisted was fantastic. To win is mind-blowing.
It's really meant quite a lot. I mean, it's made me take my art seriously, which I really didn't before. It's been an amazing day.
Mark has done an exceptional job. His color palette is so unique and his strokes are so different. So well done to him.
Mark gave us fantastic self-portrait. So to see the way in which he constructed Chris, using the same principles but toning them down, it's only going to be good going forward.
I guess I'm coming back, aren't I? And then I think more immediately there may be some alcohol required, so and some sleep.
It's that time of the week again to put your feet up, pour yourself a glass of something.
And spend the next hour saying, I wish I could paint like that.
Or they chose that one? Welcome to Portrait Artist of the Year. Today, 9 talented painters are hoping that their skill will be enough to win this year's prize. a £10,000 commission to paint classical violinist Nicola Benedetti for the Scottish National Portrait Gallery.
Of the artists arriving at Battersea Arts Centre today, 4 are professional. Lynn Kennedy, Gabriella Cohen, Phyllis Dupuis, and Lee K. Barry.
I tend to use full days, weeks, working on different paintings, so this is going to be a real challenge to try and get it all done in that time.
And 5 are amateur. Amy Coleman, Jana Forrester, Charlie Hardcastle, Alex Cooper, and Xin Chu Zan.
I changed my composition. I was being over-ambitious.
Although we love it when people are over-ambitious and it all goes wrong. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
The dramatic effect.
Yeah.
As the artists unpack their tools for the day, the judges look at the submissions that won them a place in the heat.
Well, I can't think of anything better, looking at a wall of painting with my 3 knowledgeable friends. It makes me feel like a prince. So, let's start in a purple vein.
The eyes are beautifully painted. There's a kind of discordant tone between the blue eyes and the purple jumper.
I think she was very clever to put that square of purple behind her head as well. It brings your eyes to rest on the face.
The lighting is used to put the face in shade. So this is a study of the face hiding.
And that shadow under the plant, I just adore.
Next, we have a kind of blue.
Yeah, I mean, it's luscious and almost underwater in the quality that it gives us.
The off-kilter pose gives it a real sense of dynamism, energy, and tension.
We move on to the woman who fell to earth.
It's just superb, this painting. It's a kind of alien, android kind of figure wearing a bonnet.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Right, I love it too. I mean, of course, I need to see if this artist actually looks anything like this.
Well, they'll be easy to spot if they do.
They will.
It's enigmatic. You presume it's the same person. But what I think is really beautiful about it is the way the 2 hands come together. It's just caught this sense of tenderness really well.
I love it. I think it's great, really promising.
OK, who's that girl?
Oh, this is such a gorgeous little painting. I mean, the sitter looks like they're too young to be in this show.
Attitude, the tilt of the head is lovely. It's just a charming portrait, really. This is such a well-constructed painting. It's on a square. We've got these various rectangles within it. We've even got instructions with burnt sienna and titanium white. It's almost a sort of how to get into Portrait Artist of the Year kind of instructions.
Now, Vincent.
My favourite artist is here. It is a nod to Van Gogh, who, of course, liked people in exactly this format, this turn of the shoulder.
I mean, that scarf is just fantastic, isn't it?
And finally, why does it always rain on me?
A really sensitive, considered portrait.
Beautifully melancholic.
He's just trying to work out who he is. I think we've all stood looking at the mirror trying to work out who we are.
I know I have. Well, 9 artists whose talent sings out. Will they find harmony today? Artists, you will be reaching for the stars today as you are painting a celebrated space scientist who presents the TV astronomy programme, The Sky at Night. Please welcome Dr. Maggie Adarin-Pocock. Hello, Maggie. How are you feeling about today?
Slightly nervous. I'm a bit of a fidget. So.
Oh, are you? OK.
Sorry, guys.
Right. Well, they'll have to whip you into shape then, won't they? I mean, obviously, you're a scientist and you're very knowledgeable. Are you expecting to come across as in a sort of confident way?
I think in a portrait, I think perhaps you see someone's vulnerability. You see behind the facade. So I'm hoping they might capture some of the inner Maggie. And I might actually discover what the inner Maggie is as well.
Well,
so
that would be a result. That would be great.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I will leave you in the very capable hands of your artists.
Fantastic.
Good
Thank
luck.
you.
Thank you.
Yes, I will try and keep still. So I guess, so how do you want me?
Don't cross your legs.
Lovely, yes. And apologies for the dress. I was going to wear a single colour, but I got carried away. So there's a pattern now.
It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Artists, your sitter not only has an OBE for services to history and community integration, he also has a BAFTA for his series Britain's Forgotten Slave Owners. Here's the historian and presenter, David Olusoga.
Oh, gosh.
Hello.
Hi. You're very welcome, David. Well, let's talk history, shall we?
Yes.
Is history something we're all seeking the final definitive account of things?
No, it's a guide to where we're going at very best. At worst, it's just a list of cautionary tales.
Because we're living through a time in which there seems to be lots more unearthed stories that we didn't know about.
Well, I think we chose not to know about a lot of our history. And younger people don't have the same relationship with the past, and they're willing to look at things that have been brushed under the carpet. So this is, I think, a generational change.
How interesting is that? What I'm going to do now is leave you to the tender mercies of the artist.
Thank
Over
you.
to you.
So I've never done this before. Just tell me what to do.
The main thing is for you to be comfortable.
I'm good at that.
Artists, it's time to raise the bar because your sitter was the Royal Ballet's youngest ever principal dancer. And as if that wasn't enough, he's also an actor and a model. Please welcome Sergei Polunin.
Hello. Hello. Have a seat. How you feeling?
Exciting.
Yeah?
Looking forward to see what's going to be out there.
Now, you're a ballet dancer, so you spend your whole life moving.
Yes, constantly moving, yes. I think dance is life. It is constantly moving. I will be twitching.
Well, this is it. You're not allowed to constantly move today.
Really?
You know that. Well, I will leave you in the hands of your artists. I wish you all good luck.
Thank you. I'm a little bit nervous. Yeah,
You're not the only one.
Artists, you have 4 hours to complete your portrait. Good luck, everyone. Your time starts now.
If you could look just somewhere this way.
I'm comfortable already.
Two artists will work in acrylic and 7 will be using oils today. But they all have different ways of starting.
A different camera. Are you sort of physical rather than digital?
Yeah, they add a cool effect.
Once the artists have selected their sitter's photo and completed a basic outline, some feel ready to hone in on the detail.
I like to spend a lot of time getting the drawing perfect. If the drawing's wrong, then the painting's going to be wrong. So I like to have a good likeness, as good as I can.
Charlie Hardcastle graduated in painting from the Edinburgh College of Art in 2020. His signature style combines simple forms and background with detailed portrayals of the elements he most enjoys painting.
Charlie, it's crucial, it seems to me, to get that outline right.
I've liked the contrast between the outline of the clothes and the hair and then the face, which is quite realistic. I generally paint most of the skin and then I go in with details and like the eyes and lips and things like that.
It's very difficult when you've got a profile, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm glad I've got a kind of tiny hint of the other eye. I think the eyes are probably the most important part for me because I feel like they can either make or break it and bring it to life, usually.
OK, thanks very much, Charlie.
Thanks.
I do the eyes first and then I kind of judge everything else from where the eyes are. And I took a photo to see the shapes, but mostly I'll be working from life to see all the colours.
17-year-old Amy Coleman is from Cork and the youngest contestant this year. Her submission in acrylic took her 22 hours and is her first ever self-portrait. Amy, do you paint people from life often?
Never.
Is this the first time?
Yeah, basically.
Wow. It's a very different thing, isn't it, when they're sitting there?
Yeah.
What have you found difficult?
I have problems with likeness sometimes, and I'd say his one is also quite difficult. It's more the face shape.
Right. How are you feeling about that moment when you have to show him what you've done?
Oh, I feel nervous because right now I'm kind of hidden, even though I know he's right there, so I hope he'll like it.
Yeah.
Zinchu, I walked past before, and I'm sure there was a different version of Sergei on your canvas.
So I changed my composition. Initially, I actually included half of the body, and I think I was being a little bit over-ambitious, so I decided to being more realistic.
Although we love it when people are over-ambitious and it all goes wrong. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. Sort of
a dramatic effect.
Yeah.
Zinchu Zhan grew up in China and now lives in Brighton, where he works for the pensions regulator. His self-portrait was a play on 2 different types of light and took 7 hours.
Now, you're measuring very carefully using this divider.
Yeah, I'm basically measuring the distance between nose and the chin, like what you do with the brush. But I think the reason I use these ones is because they have sharper points.
And is there some measurement in the face that you use as the key to the measure?
The nose.
The nose?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, look, it's a beautiful start, so I'll let you carry on.
Thank you.
Lee, you're making quite a mess, aren't you?
The floor is lava right now.
Yeah. Looking at that, you think this man is meticulous, he's precise, he's ordered. No, he's not.
And then you look at the floor.
No, he's a mucky pup is what he is.
Lee K. Barry studied fine art at Leeds University. While his style is influenced by Van Gogh and Gauguin, his colourful palette evolved through his extensive travels.
Not everyone here has had the opportunity to paint people from life. Is that something you've done much of?
Yeah, I was challenged to race from Amsterdam to Monaco by selling my art in exchange for money. You know, at school, people can say, art don't get you anywhere. But
art got you to...
It got me halfway around the world.
Excellent. Well, let's see how far this takes you.
We'll see.
You see what I did there?
The artists have now been painting for almost an hour.
Amy, you seem to be on a mission.
I tend to get too into the painting, and then when I step back, I can kind of see that things don't.
Amy, everybody has that problem.
Yeah.
This is quite difficult. Well, I haven't actually done the face yet, so when I do that, I think I'll probably get a better idea of how it's looking.
It's very important that I try to be me rather than try to guess what the judges want. People have different perceptions about art, so what's good in one person's eye might be something different in another person's eye.
It's an hour in for artists painting dancer Sergei Polunin, historian David Olashoga, and space scientist Maggie Adarin-Pocock. And while some progress quickly, one artist has spent the first hour carefully preparing her reference images and has only just started working on her canvas.
Gabriella, we've got a little Polaroid station here. What is it about them for you that's so appealing?
I really like the soft, romantic effect they add, and I think you can really achieve that with oil paints.
OK.
Gabriella Cohen is a fine art graduate from Staines. She enjoys creating characters, and even her self-portrait combined a miniature bonneted Victorian figure with a Bowie-inspired alien.
Your submission has this kind of futuristic quality to it, and that's largely achieved through the kind of colours you're using. What are you giving us today?
I think I want to keep it a bit more normal instead of imposing my own narrative. But I definitely want it to look slightly unusual.
Slightly unusual.
Change a few colours here and there and make it look a bit more mysterious.
Good. Well, I look forward to seeing this romantic Polaroid Maggie emerge through your particular way of doing it.
Thank you.
Artists often bring particular items they couldn't do without, from special brushes...
This is my favourite.
...to less conventional materials.
The lentils are a great way to support these sturdy brushes without them falling over.
But many take their cue from the old masters.
There's one colour that I like That's burnt sienna. I wouldn't be able to be without that. I always seem to have to get burnt sienna and titanium white, which is why I put it in my self-portrait just as a to get.
Lynn Kennedy is a former photographer and animator from Shankill who took up painting in 2017 and within 2 years had won both the Zurich Portrait and Ruth Borchardt prizes.
What a fine portrait, Lynn.
Thank you very much.
So the striking feature of Maggie's look is that amazing necklace.
I just really like the sparkle of it, and it looks really nice against her skin, and I just thought that would help me figure out the colours around if I put it in. And I just found out that there's a little bit of moon dust in Maggie's necklace.
Wow. Where'd you get the moon dust from? The moon?
I live there myself. Well, actually, my husband gave it to me as a present.
Who's selling moon dust?
Actually, I think you can
Has
get...
Buzz Aldrin got a kind of out of
grinds
his
them up.
back shed? Yeah.
Well, over 100 kilograms of moon rock came back to Earth. There's probably still a bit knocking around.
I'm quite competitive, so my preparation really started the minute I found out I was chosen to come on it, and I have painted 3 or 4 portraits a week.
Alex Cooper is a former picture framer from Leicestershire. Having won Portrait Artist of the Week, painting Claire Balding, she's found her calling and is keen to study and paint as many portraits as she can.
Well, Alex, what do you make of David as a sitter?
He's very good. I can tell that it's not a natural state for him, sitting and doing nothing. He's obviously, his head's whirring around with thoughts. And you really want to get the essence of the person over, don't you? Even the way the collar is and the shoulders sit can tell something about someone. So hopefully it'll be enough to give a bit of him.
Don't put yourself down.
Each week, the sets reflect an aspect of nature and the environment.
They're very flattering, these colours behind our sitters.
It's all about snow and ice.
Right.
One always thinks of ice as white, but of course, in further reaches, it has got these beautiful colours. We've got glacial ice, where the blue is just bonkers. And in the shadows, you get these incredibly deep turquoises. Here on the right, it's as though we were standing in an Arctic landscape. Rocky promontories with a bit of snow on it, the darker blues. And finally, we have a rather dull urban snow.
Well, don't tell David he's sitting in front of cold urban sludge.
Yeah, David is very interesting, and I realise he's a man of words. But there's a tension there, and I think it's because he isn't in his natural milieu, which is communicating ideas.
Yeah.
What's lovely about Maggie is that she's smiling, she's engaging with her artist.
She's fascinating because she's so animated when you interact with her. It'd be lovely to get a bit of that in a portrait, but that only happens when you're talking to her.
I'm hoping they not only get the information from the tablet and her unrest, but actually from conversation with her.
Sergei is a dancer.
He's a dancer, he's an actor, and he expresses himself that way. He was concentrating hard, but I think he's a bit more relaxed now.
Yeah.
And that might be quite interesting for our artists, that they get a different view of him.
Yes, it takes a while to get to know people and for them to stop being on their best behaviour.
That, exactly. And we're interested in the
Who
other
they
stuff.
really are, yes.
This experience harder than I thought. Not necessarily sitting down, but artists actually reading information of me. So I have to concentrate, I have to give my best, and it's not as easy as I thought.
I guess one of the things about portraiture is that it can break through barriers when it's done brilliantly. Well, I think all of us conceal our inner selves every day of our lives. So I'm curious to see whether aspects about myself that I recognize but don't project can be picked up by the artists.
It's funny, I think my sense of sound is heightened because I can't see what they're doing. So I'm listening to every, ooh, what was that? And hearing brush strokes. You don't know what's happening, but I find that really exciting.
So, Phyllis, I'm feeling the warmth and generosity of our sitter, both through her, but also through your work.
It was great to see her and her smiling face. Who could ask for more?
Absolutely. And I can see quite a lot of colour in Maggie's face that I don't actually see there. Will that still remain there, or is that really for blending later on?
I would hope to leave some of it there because there are lots of wonderful reflections happening. I mean, colour is the thing that excites me, really.
Originally from Canada, Phyllis Dupuis moved to the UK in 1979, where she exhibited her ceramic work for 25 years. She created her self-portrait to capture the mood of winter despondency.
It was so good in your self-portrait, with the light on one side and then that lovely shadow on the other. I can see the beginning of it starting here.
Well, it does tend to create more drama, I think.
How are you going to bring that drama in apart from the colour and the light?
Well, there's bound to be some vines creeping over her dress.
Really? Oh, I see.
The pattern that's already there.
Well, it's a beautiful beginnings, really.
Thanks very much.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Artists often prefer to make key creative decisions independently, but certain sitters inspire a more collaborative approach.
So, what do you want from this commission? Are there any colours you hate?
I love blue. So blue is the colour
I will
I normally
incorporate
wear.
blue into this. Blue or yellow? There are two extremes.
I almost wore something yellow, and I didn't think it would go with this background, so I changed my mind.
I'm going to use that as indication to do yellow. Thank you.
Jana Forrester is a medical physics student at UCL. Her self-portrait shows the light distorted on her face through her bathroom window and was inspired by studies of Picasso's Blue Period.
Jana, I'm inclined to ask you, are you mad? Where's the yellow come from?
I asked David, and very hard
It's
to...
his fault.
No. I like just having really bright, vibrant colours.
It's quite a strong colour to be working against.
Yeah. I think it's his skin. I see it from the skin.
You see the yellow relating to the skin. Do you prefer darker skin sitters?
Yeah, I think it's just so much more going on in the darker skin, so much more colours to experiment with.
It makes the creative process more interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great start, and I can't wait to see how David's going to appear in that sea of yellow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The artists are almost halfway through their portraits.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I've already put down all the colours and now I'm refining the features.
I suppose getting the foundations right is the critical, like a building or anything else.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm on track now.
What I have left to do is the hair, because right now he's bald, so it might be important to put hair onto him.
Sinshu, how's it going?
Struggling a bit.
Are you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I struggle with mixing colours.
Well, that's the drama of paintings. They come, they go.
Absolutely.
But you still got time. All is not lost.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
It's halfway through the heat for artists painting historian David Olusoga, dancer Sergei Polunin, and space scientist Maggie Adarin-Pocock.
Well, we've got very vivid sitters. So what kind of a morning have we had?
I think it's been a good morning, and I think all our artists have made a really splendid start.
So David is being painted by Charlie, Gianna, and Alex. Now, he's a very interesting sitter because they've each taken a different point of view, haven't they?
I think David is quite a complex sitter, and I think all the three artists have had to look for a different aspect.
Well, I think Charlie's given us a David that looks as if he's about to step out of the freezer. It's all silvery and really cold with that background.
It's minimal within its tone and colour range, and I think it's very beautiful at the moment.
Now, let's look at the paintings of Sergei. Zinju has gone for the larger body. And how's he doing?
I thought that Zinju got a lovely likeness first thing.
It's beautiful, and he has caught something in the way Sergei holds his head on his shoulders. You get that sense of a man comfortable in his body.
What about Lee?
Lee is a riot of colour. I mean, it's interesting what he's creating because it's like a tapestry. It's a very promising beginning.
I think Amy's doing incredibly well for a young artist. There's a sense that we have an artist who's very good at getting likeness, and she's flowing with confidence. Really extraordinary.
Now, Maggie is a hugely exuberant personality, and I think she's conjured up exuberant portraits, hasn't she?
It's very difficult when Maggie is in repose, and I think what Phyllis has been able to do is find that, and that is very hard to do.
Now, Gabriella, I have a sense that it's compressed energy, which is something that's true of Maggie.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, a Polaroid has a compressed energy, and it has this soft, kind of unusual light.
I think Gabriella's colours are stunning. It's a very alien way of painting to me, but I think it's a magical piece of work.
Well, I think all round they're doing fantastically well.
I'm quite apprehensive about having my picture taken because people see you in a different way. And you think, oh, is that me? But I think a portrait gives you a different insight because there is the physical form, but I think a portrait goes to the inner form as well. So I'm seeing how I might be seen by the artists.
Alex feels like somebody who's got her methodology down. She knows what she's doing. Jenny feels more experimental. She's very interested in what I think. And Charlie's been really quiet, secretive, so I'm particularly interested to see what he's come up with.
I painted once after a really horrible rehearsal, and I was really upset. So I put all my hatred into one painting, which I did like in red and black colors, and that was okay after.
Competing with so many talented artists, having a distinct style helps if you want to grab the judges' attention.
Gabriella, the way you use your palette is totally alien to me. The color choices make it feel sort of vintage.
Yeah, I've tried to be experimental with the colors. Hopefully the dreamy quality will come from the colors that I've used.
Well, you're being very mysterious.
Like my painting.
Like your painting. You want something withheld.
I want to capture part of the sitter's personality, but also give a magical fairy tale representation of the person. It's more unusual than just creating an exact copy of the sitter.
These artists are so difficult.
Charlie, are you going to leave the hair as this ghostly outline as we saw in your submission?
Yeah, I think so. My style is quite delicate. I might go in with like a really, really fine brush and just outline some more of the individual hairs and things like that. But yeah, I'm not going to attempt the hair as a whole.
So there's a nice combination of the undone and the done.
Yeah, exactly.
You're the only artist putting the hands in. Why did you do that?
You know, the pictures that we take of ourselves and pictures that we take of others are often just head and shoulders. So it is nice to get the hands in as well. It's nice to have a little bit more of the person.
Well, you've got so much of Maggie as a person there already. I think you could probably stop. Fantastic.
Well, I have a bit more to do yet.
Artists see colour differently, but the skill lies in how they interpret that on canvas. And faced with so many colours, there's plenty here to test their mettle.
I noticed you've got green colours in the hair, Phyllis.
Yes, and the shadow, they change colour from the front to the back. And I thought the colours might be tricky to work in with her dress. It's just a matter of trying to use a more harmonious way of attacking the colour combination.
She's an enormously exuberant presence.
She really is, and that's what I love about her, and I hope I can bring a bit of that to the painting.
It's wonderful. Thank you.
In terms of colour mixing, I find that challenging because I've not had a chance to do any live painting in ages, so I got used to mixing colour to a screen. On the screen, you can just match your colour dead on, whereas when you start to look at the actual sitter and the environment, the colours are not so absolute anymore, so that's been a challenge.
Gianna, I can see you working furiously with the yellow. Have you found it a useful colour for his skin tone?
No.
No, it's been, because I was wondering if it might be quite hard to work against.
Yeah, normally I don't do washes.
What's the motivation today?
It's like a security blanket in case I don't have the time to finish it. So like, it looks like a finished piece anyways.
The artists have just 20 minutes to finish their paintings.
Alex, any challenges you see?
Glasses were one of the things I was rather dreading. And they're not malleable at all, they're just, they're there.
They either look right or they don't, sort of thing.
What's concerning me the most is probably that I'll lose the likeness, because I'm still working to get it, but then I'm afraid I'm going to go too far and just completely lose it.
It would shatter me if I didn't finish. So I'm just hoping that today delivers a likeness and a successful painting.
It's the final moments for artists painting space scientist Maggie Adarin-Pocock, historian David Olashoga, and dancer Sergei Polunin.
Sinju, your last-minute touches, what are they going to be?
Just try to make some final adjustments and make sure that any bare canvas gets covered.
OK, we'll get on with it.
Thank you.
I'm probably going to simplify it, but I think I'll have enough time to get the background in.
Artists, you have 5 minutes left.
I'm fiddling really now. I've just got to make sure it looks like him.
The ear is kind of glaring at me, but I've not got time to do it properly, so I'm just trying to add loads of details, like hairs and things like that.
There's only so much you can do. I'll keep struggling and hope for miracles in the last few minutes.
Artists, your time is up. Please put down your equipment and stand away from your portraits.
Thank you.
You look worried. Are you worried?
I'm not worried. Very excited.
Yeah.
But it's going to be tough, I think.
Yes. You're sort of rooting for them all. You've been here all day with them.
Actually, my heart is really beating.
Is it? I'll put you out of your misery. Artists, can I ask you now, please, to turn your easels?
Oh. Oh, my. Oh, wow. I think there's just so much information to take in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right, should we have a closer look?
Yes.
Yes.
That's amazing. And I like seeing the hands and the torso. The eyes are beautiful. I just hope my eyes are like that.
Definitely, absolutely.
I look quite sophisticated in there.
You do, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, there's a really elegant.
And again, the window. It's if you're peering in. Beautiful. I think I look young there. The child burns very strongly in me, and I think it comes out in here. And the cascade of hair, I love that.
Right, Maggie, well...
Oh, no.
Sorry to do this to you, but I need to know which one you'd like to take with you.
I don't know. I love each and every one of them. Oh, gosh. So I think I'll go for Phyllis's.
Thank you so much. Well done, Phyllis.
And the eyes.
Well, David, your long reverie is over. How's it been?
That's been interesting. I thought mainly about work, which is probably a really, really bad sign. I should have been using it to have flights of fancy.
Well, I'm going to ask the artists to turn round their easels.
Wow. I've never been able to draw or paint, so to me it's kind of magic and alchemy.
Let's take a closer look.
Okay. There are elements of that painting which I think are just so realistic, and then there are elements that remind you that this is a painting. And I quite like that playfulness.
That's definitely what I was going for.
Yeah, I really love that. That's a face I know that I did, sort of half grimace, half smile, whatever it is. Everyone was questioning the bravery of the yellow, but I think it's fantastic. There's thinking space to the right of frame, and that's wonderful. And there's sort of big blocks of colour that express how the light falls on my face. That's lovely. So I was really brave as well.
Oh, good. Good. Well, we have to make a decision now.
Right. Well, I want them all. I think they're all wonderful. I do think Charlie has caught something which I recognise. That's the painting that really speaks to me.
Sergei, how did you find that?
Intense.
Okay.
Because you're still working, you know, like, and people read your energy.
Right.
So you feel it.
Well, I think it's time, artists, if I can please ask you to turn your easels.
Oh, wow. Well, super different from what I was imagining.
Oh, really?
Because, yeah, you look at the personalities.
Yes. Right, should we have a closer look?
Yeah. When you turn around, I fell in love instantly.
Thank you.
I see myself,
Yeah.
but it's better than what I am.
Better than you.
Yeah, that's the most important, is to
There
create
you go,
something
Lee.
better.
You made it better than Sergey.
But it's really good. This one is more realistic. It's beautiful eyes you made.
Yeah, a lot happening in those eyes.
That part is strong. Congratulations. The way it's painted, it's beautiful. So when I come closer, it becomes a different painting. It became different colors, and it really works.
Okay, Sergey.
I'll go with my first feeling. I think it's Lee.
Well done, Lee. Well done, Amy.
While the artists take a well-earned break, the judges look at the portraits they created throughout the day.
Zinchu's got this great sense of a thinking, breathing person. It's beautiful. The tilt of the head gives it a really romantic flavor. It's like every Russian scoundrel from Count Vronsky onwards.
Amy's a young artist, yet it's a great composition.
I don't know if I'm mad on the treatment of the hair, but I think Amy's done brilliantly with the colours.
I do like Lee's inventiveness, but it has the spirit of Sergey. For me, interestingly, the language falls down in the sparkly eyes. I can see why Maggie picked this portrait of her by Phyllis. It's got her suppressed exuberance.
It's almost too sweet, it's too chocolate boxy, but I love the way Phyllis played with the light on the side of the face. It's just joyful, isn't it?
Wow.
Gabriella's style of painting is very distinctive. The necklace, she hasn't defined it, so it's just suggestive.
The colour palette is beautiful, the oval works really nicely. And I do think that she's found a happy medium between doing something that interests her and that is flattering for the sitter.
Lynn's a superb portrait artist. These beautiful details, I mean, that watch and the jewellery are so well observed.
I'm less keen on the background. Actually, I think it was stronger around lunchtime.
Alex caught a rather sweet side of David.
My favourite bit are the shoulders. I think the highlights on the tops of the jacket just give him a presence and three-dimensionality. Gianna really connected with David. He's got a real sense of energy to it.
There's a humour there, there's an intelligence there. It's just a bit flat for me.
Charlie's done something which is so refined and delicate. It looks like a fresco, it's so chalky. It's got a very subtle emotional component.
And David went for this painting because it evoked an emotion that he recognised.
The judges must now narrow down the artists to a shortlist of 3.
A sort of quirky artist today, don't you think? But in a good way.
This one is very quiet, but its power is in its quietness.
Yeah, I agree. I think this might be a bit too noisy.
I think I agree, but I find this one too troublesome in other ways. I keep seeing too much that's wrong in that one. Are you falling in love with that one more and more?
It looks nothing like the sitter, but I love it.
I think we should get rid of this one.
OK.
So for our final position in the top 3, we've got to decide between...
These 3, and I think we need to think about their submissions.
OK.
Artists, it's been wonderful watching you today. Thank you for sharing your talent and your good humour with us all.
Your finished work gave the judges plenty to think about, and they have now chosen their shortlist of 3. The first artist is Zinchu Zhang. The second artist is Gabriella Cohen. The third artist to be shortlisted is Charlie Hardcastle.
I've really enjoyed today. I've loved meeting all the other artists and finding out if I can actually do it. It's been a really positive experience.
To decide their winner, the judges look at the day's work alongside the artist's original submissions.
I think it's been a sensational day. I couldn't agree with your decision less. I'm really shocked on behalf of the amazing talent that you have not acknowledged.
Well, we have acknowledged them by virtue of the fact that we're here. Honestly, we have so many people apply for this show, so it is a tough competition. It gets better every year.
OK, well, you've got some explaining to do.
Hey. Right, well, let's start with Zinchu. What did you see in his work today?
I just see a beautifully painted character study. And equally, his self-portrait is a character study, contemplating existence, mortality, all these things. And the person he painted today, it might not be exactly like Sergei, but it has the spirit of the man and a spirit of a type of man.
But it doesn't catch, for me, the spirit of Sergei as he was present here, because he's a dancer. This is missing from this portrait.
But he was not moving today. He was very contained, and there is a sense of that in this portrait.
But you obviously disagree. Isn't portraiture great?
Isn't it? Well, this is it.
Yeah.
What made you choose Charlie?
Charlie, in his submissions, showed us that there's great emotional content with very little there. And I was quite intrigued how he was going to do that with David today. And he's done it that Charlie can find colours that are so vibrant but so understated, and through them find a very understated and quiet emotion.
I do think it's very good.
Gabriella gave us a really bold, interesting self-portrait, quite unlike almost anything we've seen before. Was she as original today?
She definitely moderated her portrait of Maggie, and I think it's good that she's able to be sensitive to the fact that she's here to do a portrait of a person. It's very much of Maggie through the prism of a Polaroid.
You know, we have lots of conversations here about how our artists use technology. Here we have an artist who uses it in a creative capacity, and that makes it dynamic and more exciting. And I will never convince you, Joan Bakewell. But, you know, as we always say, art is subjective. You know, unless portraiture keeps moving forward, it's dead.
Are you frightened of not being trendy?
No, I'm frightened of you.
Good.
Well, the new always makes people nervous, angry, and upset. Only time really tells.
Yep.
So you need to lead us. You need to find the thing, not just today, but in every episode, that will transform art forever. Over to you.
Thanks for the pressure.
Zenshu, Gabriella, Charlie, huge congratulations to each of you on being shortlisted today. However, only one can go forward.
The artist that the judges have selected is... Gabriella Cohen.
I'm so shocked. I was really not expecting that at all. I can't believe that I've won. I'm still trying to process it. Yeah, I'm speechless.
I really loved Gabriella's portrait. It's full of colour, and I'm really happy for her.
I think Gabriella's portrait definitely stood out. I think she really deserves to go through.
We're looking for someone to take the conversation forward with portraiture. Gabriella's really inventive, she's really playful, and then we're just thinking about all the promise of what's coming next in the semi-final. It's completely tantalising.
With my portraiture, I like to see the world in a different way, and hopefully I can produce something similar next round that the judges like.